Carson was in the bathroom. This is between some things, but I'm trying to finally, once and for all, get a clear answer on the bullshit I was bitching about in that other recording. Because I wanted to show the one side quest and talk about it. But it was literally not working, and it seems like it is because you need to finish a class. Otherwise, I have encountered a rare 1 in a million glitch. And basically, I just want to get this footage of the one quest and maybe finish that off. Definitely gonna try to finish some classes then. Because everything is up to 4. Do battle studies. Carson can come in. It would make sense if it was the class thing. And then I'm gonna have to grind up some other stuff, but okay. Decided for the class to do battle studies because I love this crazy lady.
Everyone wants to get punched by her. I mean... No, it's okay. Everyone asked me that. I don't know why, but all the students keep asking me to step on them.
Okay.
I joke that, but remember, there's a Machamp right there. Machamp has a dummy high attack stat.
So first of all, after the midterms, the class you pick isn't even a class. It's just some general information.
Yeah.
So that's automatically one free thing. And apparently, if some other sources are right, you only need one of these. Meaning, if this goes well, it will be a short recording. I just did battle studies because I like this character, and this also focused on game mechanics, and I just wanted to see what they brought up for, like, battle mechanics.
Everyone liked her, but I guess we can't have 2 fighting waifus 2 generations in a row or the internet would melt.
To create TMs, materials, and one other thing. It should probably be league points since you are paying. Yep,
yeah.
LP. Haha. Nice. This is why I also picked this. Because I just wanted to... Getting LP illegally. Call it hacking. Don't get involved in bad stuff like that. Especially not if you have an Eevee backpack.
I was going to make a joke that would be called hacking, and certain students would be aware of this, and then she just like turns to Penny, and everyone else turns to Penny.
Okay. And this is why I also picked this class, because I thought it'd be straightforward. I mean, all the classes are pretty simple, but this is talking about battle mechanics.
Okay. I know the answer to this is because children's game, but, you know, I kind of, like I said before, I do kind of wish the classes had been, this is how they had, like, thrown EV training and shit at you.
They never deep dive fully into EV training, which is unfortunate, but they deep dive into so many other mechanics. I can cut back in, because I thought the flat showed up. Okay. You can cut around closer to the question, but I will read what she said, because it is kind of a weird contradictory. That I know. In battle, special rules. Yeah. No restrictions. Yeah. Set all Pokemon to their current level, which that I knew because there's no restrictions, and that also removes a lot of the other clauses. See, because they mentioned species and held item. Normal rules. She actually says it that all Pokemon would be set to level 50. Regardless of what they actually are, but then mentions the flat for tournaments, which is weird because I thought
because the flat, because the tournament says
flat rules mostly affect Pokemon over 50. Such Pokemon will be set to 50.
Oh, that's it's the wording.
Yes.
Flat.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it is. I can cut back. I got confused because even though it's the tournament setting and they try to avoid the level 50 thing, flat still allows a Pokemon under 50.
Because it used to actually be, like, when the game didn't have rules for this, there was a tournament where, because the tournament was set to level 50, this was back in, like, Diamond and Pearl, Dragonite was banned because it only evolved beyond level 50.
And, flat? Because, and they do mention that
don't encourage fear strategies, game.
And then no restrictions mentions. No restriction. I do kind of forget that in certain tournament settings you can use a Pokemon
because due to them, you know, allowing rules and shit, I forgot about, oh, wait, back in Diamond and Pearl.
Because what's funny and inconsistent about that, and this is what was throwing me off, watching people do ranked battles, ranked always forces level 50.
Yeah.
Ranked! But the official fucking tournament indirectly...
Well, technically, the tournaments and shit force level 50, but in the sense of, again, if something is over 50, it will be forced
yes,
down.
But
it doesn't force something up.
Up, even though they do that online. Battle Final. Okay. I can just cut around. Go all out. That seems to be that. I'm gonna actually do...
it is auto battles. I'm like...
It should be auto battle!
The thing is, the first time we did this, we got 4 out of 5. You answered the raid question along, it dropped to 3. It didn't drop to like 2, so this one seems to be correct. It's continuously right.
Auto battles.
Is this one actually fucking hacking because of Penny's bullshit? I genuinely can't remember because, you know, we took the classes earlier on.
Here's the dumb part.
Because
in your specific case, if I'm getting tripped up on this is bullshit. Because in the story, hacking gets you LP.
That's the other reason I feel like this isn't the answer, because if you did the classes before you beat the story,
and
this wouldn't make any sense.
Hold on. 2 points about this stupid bullshit. She said hacking is illegal. But the hacking is literally how you get LP in the story. The materials is the intended way.
So because the first was the 4 out of 5, I guess just keep answering everything except the last question is true. Because we got 4 out of 5 on the first.
No, that should be...
That should be the materials then.
That should be correct.
And then...
High level Pokemon are adjusted to...
Hey.
Flat forces everything down. So
high level adjusted to...
yeah.
And then this should be true, I guess, at that point, because the first time we did this, it was 4 out of 5. And this is the only one.
Well, no, we'll do true. If I get it wrong, it is literally the fucking hacking, and I need to do false. Which is bullshit. Because that's actually the game fucking trolling you. And the hacking...
Not just the game trolling you, it is trolling you
Hold
with
on.
an answer you might not know, because you might not have done the story. Oh. Yeah, it was the last question.
Okay, it was the last... So, which is weird, because...
It's because the game specified link battles, that's what was fucking doing it.
It's the inconsistent...
Just
I'm doing
finish the
fucking
thing.
bullshit. It's whatever. Pokemon battles are all over the fucking place, depending on... You know, I think what the dumb thing is, they talk about link battles. And now that I think about it, I think what is throwing that off, and this is kind of bullshit, because you wouldn't know unless you did something, that... Hold on. I'm not going to click it. Oh, wait, I can't get... because I'm in the building.
You're also offline.
No, you can click in there, and it's not gonna do something. And I just remembered something that the game does, and that's what was throwing me off, which is kind of bullshit and contradictory, and I know what the confusing thing is, and I can actually bitch about this for a second. This, connect with a friend to do solos or pairs. This, specific mode. Because certain YouTubers that follow Smogon rules will use specific link codes on here to get sort of unrestricted. That's what the question is kind of focusing on, which is kind of bullshit. Because it is the fact that Link Battle specifically doesn't have a restriction, but Battle Stadium does. I just remember that is a mechanic. And that's how that one guy keeps doing 6v6. Okay, that was my bad for forgetting about... I got my wires crossed again because I think about Battle Stadium and Ranked, not...
Because Battle Stadium is the just regular one. Oh, look, they're here now.
Yeah, you had to finish the class. Cool.
And after finishing a class, because we didn't turn the camera, you might need to do a loading transition.
Okay, it's a class. That makes sense. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you were also confused by the fact that you actually need to finish off a class in order to unlock this one event? Especially because at the time, no one had clearly documented that. If that had been made clear, I would have done this a lot sooner, but no one documented that. everyone acted like you could just trigger this event, which is not the case. That is clearly not the case. You need to finish off a class. So that's a bit stupid. I ended up splitting this just so I could ask this question, because that is a bunch of nonsense. I mean, I understand it. It makes sense, but I still think it's incredibly stupid. I feel like that was unnecessary, but that's my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you also got stumped by this, because this whole thing turned into a mess where I needed a second recording, specifically because I was trying to work out the logistics. I basically went with a rough hunch that you needed to finish off a class because people discussing this mentioned that might be a thing. Turns out it was. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.